Okay, this video is why is vegan diet the best diet, the species-specific diet. And here's a line of reasoning. First of all, I'm just going to show you a couple pictures here. If you saw your name written on the sand at the beach, you would know that somebody who was intelligent enough to read and write had written your name. The ocean's not going to write your name in the sand. And that kind of makes the point. If you look at the human genome, there's 3.3 billion base pairs of complex chemistry. Okay, how do you make the DNA, the nucleotides? And so that didn't happen by accident. A book, if it takes an intelligent person to write your name on the sand, it takes a much smarter source of information to write 3.3 billion base pairs. Okay, and so that's why, look, I was an A+ student in evolutionary biology at Stanford University. Okay, and I can tell you, the thing that makes the most sense for the origin of human life is God, all right, because it's so complicated. And then you have the creation of the different animal species. And if you study animals, and I used to work at the zoo, and I can tell you I was friends with the PhD nutritionist who studied all the animal diets. His job was to keep those animals alive, so he had to know what was the species-specific diet. Those animals are quite expensive. All right, so anyways, okay, here we have the creation of Adam. Do you think that, God, if he's smart enough to write the human genome, he's not smart enough to have a diet for humans? In the Bible, Genesis, 1:29, it says, every seed and fruit and plant shall be for you to eat, okay? All right, but now let's go a little deeper than that. And doesn't it make sense if the other animals have a species-specific diet that humans would also? If you look at coronary artery disease, it's been shown, definitively that low-fat vegan with no oils, whole food, low-fat vegan with no oils, that's this abbreviation, WF, whole food, low-fat vegan, no oils, is by far the best diet for the coronary arteries to prevent atherosclerosis, even to reverse atherosclerosis. Many researchers have studied this, including the famous, Walter Kemper, Nathan Pritikin, other researchers, Armstrong, Ornish, McDougall, Esselstyn, etc. Okay? We even know that the same diet, whole food, low-fat vegan with no oils, can reverse congestive heart failure in some patients. Robert Osfield, the cardiologist from Montefiore, Baxter Montgomery, and other cardiologists, they have reversed congestive heart failure. You can look up their papers on PubMed, okay? They've reversed congestive heart failure. That's a massive, big deal, all right? Well, we know that whole food, low-fat vegan is the best diet to prevent obesity. Dr. McDougall used to say, you can see the truth. Just open your eyes. Look at the people who eat this way, that eat starch-based, plant-based diets. They're healthy. Look at Asia, before 1975 when they used to eat, primarily a rice diet, a starch there with only 1% of calories and fat. 1 billion out of 1 billion were skinny. You don't get obesity. In the same patients, they almost never had hypertension, diabetes, or autoimmune disease, okay? So the same diet, it's the best one to prevent hypertension. It's the best one to prevent diabetes. Well, this is what kills the vast majority of people in the Western world, being fat, obesity, hypertension, diabetes, leading to atherosclerosis. So it prevents all the major killers. And well, what about cancer? Well, as far as we can tell, it seems to be the best diet to prevent cancer as well. And lots of people have survived metastatic disease for decades and decades by going low-fat vegan. Of course, the most famous one is Ruth Heidrich, PhD, and she's written a bunch of books about it. She's been interviewed by Dr. McDougall and by my channel and many other channels, okay? She's a brilliant lady. But that's how she did it. And then there's the whole, Kelly Turner's Radical Remission book, and that was the thing that they emphasized, okay? That was the thing emphasized by the group whose name starts with G and then ends at N, and I don't use their name because I want to keep the video on online, okay? But their therapy gets taken down when somebody makes a video about it, okay? People who recommend other theories, they keep it on the internet, and my belief is the reason they keep it on the internet is because those theories don't work, okay? What else? It's the best diet to prevent autoimmune disease because all that fiber prevents leaky gut. It's the best diet to prevent kidney failure, okay? That's been shown by Walter Kempner and by others. That lady, Jennifer Moore, has some good lectures about it. I've been impressed by her work. It seems to be, like I said, it's the best diet to prevent cancer. I studied, the causation of dementia, and from everything I can tell from studying dementia, it's the best diet to prevent dementia. That's why I eat this way. If you look at the epidemiology, it's the plant-based populations, they're the healthiest ones. If you look at the molecular biology and biochemistry, it all makes sense when you start reading through it. And I've gone through all this in my recommended books, how it makes the most sense for the ion pump, so it makes the most sense for the blood flow, how it makes the most sense for mitochondrial function. I already told you the Bible says it's the best diet. So given the fact that you have concordance with basically everything we know, epidemiology, molecular biology, biochemistry, the Bible, prevention of all the common chronic diseases, it makes sense that the low-fat, vegan, whole food, no-oil diet, it's the optimal human diet. It's the species-specific optimal human diet. Of course, we can be omnivores to live all over the planet and colonize it, but our health is optimal when we eat this way. So, hope that was helpful.